hey, we should be live.
Hey, hey.
How goes it?
It goes well. How goes you?
Sore, tired,
What are you sore from, Sean Forney?
sitting at the desk all day. You know,
Me too.
those, those fun things.
Oh, yes. And I even went to the gym today.
Nice. I tried to exercise. I went for a walk with Indy. That's about the extent of what I got to do today.
You pulled a JL Warner,
Yep.
except you didn't do it during the show.
Yeah. I did not decide to take my break, as we were midstream.
There you go. Sensible guy like you.
I try.
And that's what matters.
And,
You're the kind of guy that uses reference, aren't you?
yeah, you know what? I have reference already set to go on the iPad, so I know how to draw Cheetah because it might be like the first time drawing Cheetah.
Yeah, I was looking at my reference for Wonder Woman, and I saw some Cheetah pictures with her, and I was like, "Ooh, let's go look at Cheetah." I haven't seen Cheetah since the Super Friends cartoons, and I was like, "Wow, she's changed since the '70s."
Yeah, just a wee bit.
Little bit. Kind of reminded. She kind of looks like Tigra.
Yeah,
with that long hair now.
Yeah, she's a little bit Tigra, a little bit Cheetara from Thundercats. It's like a
yeah. I couldn't think of her name, but that's
she yeah. And then I saw like there's a couple of pictures where she's like even more like animal form, where she actually like has the cheetah head. So that one kind of threw me for a loop.
So have you ever drawn cheetah before?
I don't think I have. If I have, maybe it was a con sketch.
Yeah,
a long while ago that I don't really recall, but yeah, I can't think of a specific time that I did.
Yeah, I know I haven't.
So we got a thing up there on the screen saying what we're doing for tonight's sketch off, and then we're also looking for suggestions for next week, because next week would have been Star Wars Celebration. So like this week we're doing stuff because it's DC fandom tomorrow all day. And then next week would have been Celebration. So in honor of that, we're going to do like a dark side, light side.
Right.
Thursday will be dark side. Friday will be light side. So give us some Star Wars suggestions. Let us know what you want to see us doodle for our sketch off battles for Thursday and Friday. We'll put up a poll in the Facebook group like we did for the one last night and tonight, so you guys can go vote. Give us some suggestions and all that good stuff.
Yeah, it'll be fun. We love to do Star Wars.
Yes, Star Wars is always fun. Yeah. Every once in a while, all those details get a little crazy, but they're fun.
Well, that's what's fun for me. I like all that detail.
Oh yeah. And Steph said she will try to get the poll up once we get the draw off going, so you guys can watch us do the draw off, and once we get to some suggestions, I guess. So throw some suggestions in the comments there, what you want to see Star Wars related. Keep in mind we've already done an Ewok and a Porg, so those automatically get nixed.
Yeah, those are off the board.
But we are open to any other suggestions. So throw those in the comments. Steph will start working up a poll to go over in the Thursday night throwdown / Friday night draw Facebook group. You guys can join, tell your friends, go over there, have some fun, all that good stuff.
So I got a Star Wars related question.
All right.
Is Kathleen Kennedy still in charge?
Yeah, as far as I know, nothing has been announced of any changing of the guard
until next weekend.
Well, it could be. She, I want to say her contract continues through sometime next year.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. At December of 21 was when it expires.
Yeah. So as far as I know, she is still in charge. I've heard all sorts of wild rumors, but no official confirmations of anything yet.
Right. Huh. All right. Time will tell, as it always does.
Yep. Terrence Hall sent in our first suggestion, Darth Maul.
There you go. Love me some Darth Maul.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
Double-headed lightsaber. How badass is that?
Louis G is in the house. How we doing? I'm starting comics but watching you guys. Look forward to watching some live art. Thanks for joining us, Louis.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. We're gonna wait a couple minutes and get some more people in here before we start sketching. So
yeah, if you guys are out there watching, feel free to hit share on any of the streams so that people can check us out. Make the place lively here.
Yes. Get a few people at the party. So, what was on the docket today? What were you working on?
I've been coloring this book called Megamorphosis. It's something I just finished the first issue. I started the second issue. I'm trying to wrap that up. It's on Webtoons. It's an interesting mix. It's kind of got a manga flair to it.
Yeah.
And it's like it's one of those comic books where it has everything. So far in the second issue, there's a UFO, Bigfoot, and a giant Venus flytrap.
I was in when you said UFO.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I don't know where the story's going. I've only got the script so far for the second issue, so I don't know like where it's headed or anything like that. But it's interesting. It's a fun little project, so I'm doing that. It's like an every other month type gig.
Cool.
And then that was pretty much it for the workload for today. I finished up a page like right before we started going live here.
Nice.
How about you?
I finally came up with my ending for the second issue of Pitter Patter. I was struggling with it, and I just couldn't come up with anything. So I've been kind of not looking at it for a couple of days, and then I was on the way to the gym this morning, and boom, it just came to me. So I grabbed my phone once again. I grabbed my phone real quick, and I blurted it into my phone on the voice recorder, and I got it, and I come home and started laying down tracks.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that made me very happy.
Oh yeah. You gotta love when inspiration hits like that, and thankfully you got something like your phone, you can sit there and record it, so you've got a way to keep track of it.
Yeah, and it's so funny because it when it doesn't come to you, I know the best thing to do is just walk away.
Oh yeah.
Give it a day or two, and it'll talk to you. But for me, it's been almost a week. So then you start panicking. You're like, oh, come on. But yeah, finally, and once again, I wasn't even thinking about it. I was on the way to the gym, and it just popped into my head. So perfect.
Yeah. Well, hey, you got it now. Now you got to get to drawing and do everything else. Get it going.
That's right. All right.
Danny chimed in with Darth Maul and Jango Fett. Right. And Terrence Hall says, I just want to know why Luke Skywalker couldn't have a lightsaber like Darth Maul.
Well, because he's such a badass, he doesn't need a double-headed lightsaber.
This is true. And, I don't think Luke followed the Jedi code or whatever to the fullest extent, but some of the expanded universe had some explanations of why Jedi didn't do the double-head lightsaber type thing. They did have the staff, like the temple guards had the staff, or was the double-ended thing.
Yeah.
But the rest of the Jedi didn't use them, and I don't think it was even that big of a thing with the Sith either. If I understood it, it was the way I understood it explained was the Emperor gave Maul that lightsaber to kind of hinder him, kind of slow him down, because he was so ferocious with his movements and whatnot.
Yeah. Huh, that's interesting. I would think that it would have something to do with the flamboyant lightsabers would have something to do with ego. Which is a trait of the dark side, and Jedi don't allow themselves that. So
yes,
just what's necessary.
Yeah, that totally makes sense, and yeah, I'm sure that probably plays a big role in it too.
Yeah. All right.
Well, we got a handful of folks in here, and we're a couple minutes past 8:10. Should we make this thing happen?
I think we should. It's about that time.
All right, count us down there, producer A.
Oh wait, we
All right.
gotta.
Oh yeah, we gotta go over the rules. Duh. Amanda's in the house.
Hi, Amanda.
All right. So the rules for anybody that hasn't joined us for these yet. So Rodney and I are each going to do a drawing. Rodney's doing Wonder Woman tonight. I'm going to do Cheetah. And they're 6x9 drawings. You can claim them during the live stream here by messaging the Art of Rodney Fike on Facebook or Sean Forney Illustration on Facebook. We're going to do pencil sketches for this 30 minutes. That's going to be timed. They're $35. You can add ink. You can add color. Prices are up there on the screen. So when you message us, let us know if you want to add those on, and the producer A and B can take care of you as far as getting that information. And if you purchase during the live stream, you get free U.S. first class USPS shipping. We can add on for international, and if you want to do like priority or any other type of shipping, insurance, things of that nature, we can add those on. So as we start to draw, just shoot a message to one of our Facebook pages, and producers will get you squared away. Looks like, okay, so Louis invited some people to come check it out. Appreciate that, Louis.
Awesome. Thanks.
And Jamie has joined us.
Hey, Jamie.
And Terrence says it backfired and Darth Maul used it like a quarterstaff. Yes.
Yeah, indeed he did.
All right.
All right.
All right. I think we're going to get our countdown now.
All right.
Ready?
We gotta put the rules down.
Take the rules down.
2. Take the rules down. There you go.
Oh, we going? Okay. All right. So I was listening to on the way to the gym this morning. I was listening to ESPN radio, and they were talking about one of the guys. You know, they changed over their morning show, so that's all a bunch of all new guys. And the one guy is an athlete, and he never watched Star Wars. And the other guy's an uber nerd, and he's like, "Oh, you got to watch Star Wars. You got to watch it." And so obviously it was all pre-scripted to sound like it was being organic, but it wasn't.
Right.
So the guy that's supposed to be the uber Star Wars fan suggests to the jock that the perfect episode, the perfect one to start with, is episode 8, The Last Jedi.
Okay.
So my question, and I'm screaming. I'm sitting in a car and I'm screaming at the radio. Why would you suggest episode 8 in a 9-episode story? If you're such a Star Wars nerd, you would know that you have to watch it in the proper sequence. And it just blew my mind. I'm like, really?
Did he have a persuasive argument for this at all?
He just kept saying, yeah, episode 8, that's the perfect place to start. The Last Jedi, it's a really good movie. It's the perfect place to start. First of all, I got to call bullcrap on that because it's not a great movie. And second of all, why would you suggest episode 8? I mean, I'm okay with saying episode 1. You know, I could live with that because some people are just anal and they have to go chronologically and they don't understand that they started 4, yada, yada, yada. But 8? Come on.
Yeah, that makes no sense whatsoever. Like from a standpoint of like trying to get the story and like get any sort of information, you'd be so lost.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I just had to confirm that with somebody else that I knew was a Star Wars fan. So
yeah, no, that just makes no sense whatsoever.
It's not just me.
Oh, it was funny. My parents were here over what was it, Sunday, Monday, something like that, and what is it, TNT or whatever was playing Rogue One and Solo.
Oh yeah.
And so I had that playing, and my dad, like, he's like, I'm so confused. He's like, why do they do these all out of order? Because, well, just before Rogue One started, they were playing episode 7.
Right.
And he saw a couple minutes of that, and then they dived into playing Rogue One. And so he saw that, when Jyn Erso's character was little, and he's like, oh, that's the one from the last one. And she was talking about waiting for her parents. I'm like, nope.
You're not even warm, Doc.
It was interesting. And then Solo came on, and I think everything just kind of went out the window at that point.
Yeah. Huh. That's crazy. I saw, I don't know who it was, but somebody had ran some software or something over some scenes in Solo where they replaced Emmerich's face with Harrison Ford's face.
Oh, yeah.
To show how accurate Emmerich got it.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't make any sense to me because I didn't understand what the software, what it was doing. You know what I mean? Does that make any sense?
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. It's the deep fake stuff. And
yeah.
I don't know exactly how it works. It's basically all artificial intelligence that you're basically putting in some reference points in the original video, using some reference points on, in this case, they were doing Harrison Ford's face over his, and they just somehow the AI goes through and does a good chunk of it. I could be wrong, and maybe there's more hands-on stuff that I'm not familiar with, but as far as I know, a good chunk of it is done through the AI. And it's crazy. There's some really awesome, funny videos of George Lucas talking about Star Wars and talking about the Star Wars saga, because he pronounces it saga. And there's a voiceover and what's the word I'm looking for? Impersonator.
Yeah.
And this guy is extremely gifted in doing the impersonations and whatnot.
Okay.
And he so much so that he does a perfect Morgan Freeman. And when CBS was advertising that they were doing the Sunday night movie stuff, and it sure as heck I thought it was Morgan Freeman the first couple times I heard it. Come to find out it was this guy. It's Josh Robert Thompson, I believe is his name.
Okay.
He is awesome to check out and listen to him do the impersonations and whatnot. But they did some great deep fakes over at Collider Live where he does George Lucas, and he sits there and he rambles on about, making Star Wars and making the saga and all this stuff. And it's just hilarious because it's like, it's like what you'd kind of imagine George Lucas, like completely like hyped up on his own ego, he's going on a full on ego trip is the way they made this thing sound.
Right.
But it's hilarious. It's just him going on.
Is he high on Wookiee chips?
Yeah. He's just going on about, how he made the movie and how it's aimed towards this and it tells this kind of story, and he goes on a rant about, what people get wrong and so on and so forth. It's funny.
Huh.
I got to remember to shoot you the link for that one.
Yeah, you read my mind. I was gonna say, I have to check that out.
We got a couple comments here. Danny says, I have one of those Intel AI USB chips too. Cool. I got no idea how they work, what they do, whatever. Let's see. Amanda says Sega. And then Danny says, did you see the key from Key and Peele as Obama and deepfake video? Yeah. I mean, that was like the perfect epitome of like how that whole deepfake thing works. Was that Obama video that he did.
Yeah. So okay, so here's a question, I guess, in relation to that. Um, Mainly because I didn't like what's his face. Is Emmerich? Is that his last? The guy who? What's the guy's name that played Han in Solo?
It's Alden, and I honestly do not know how you pronounce his last name.
Yeah. So we'll say Alden. If I were king and I was doing that movie, I would pay Harrison Ford a handsome sum of money, and I would use that technology.
Oh yeah,
I mean, why wouldn't you? If it's available to use it, I mean that's why George did the re-releases. You know,
right.
the stuff wasn't available when he did them originally, so that stuff's available now. I mean, the stuff that they did at the end of Rogue One with Leia and Tarkin.
Oh yeah,
Those were great.
yeah. No, I mean,
As long as the actor or the actor's families are compensated, why not?
yeah. I guess it just comes down to, can you convince those people to come back and do their thing, and allow their likeness to be used.
Yeah.
I mean, in Harrison Ford's case, I mean, he was pretty vocal and adamant a number of times how much he did not want to do more Star Wars stuff and whatnot. But
yeah, he thought Han should have died in Return of the Jedi.
Right. So, I mean, that's my best guess as to why he didn't want to do something like that. And as far as like any of the other stuff, yeah, I mean, if you can get somebody in there, because I would still love to see him do a young Luke Skywalker Disney Plus series.
Oh, I would too.
And I know Mark Hamill is saying, he's done. He's not planning on coming back. Blah blah blah. Whatever. Same thing. Could you get him in there, do the vocal stuff, and get a stand-in?
Yeah, why not? I mean, well, I know you've seen the pictures of Sebastian Stan.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he looks just like him in Empire Strikes Back.
Oh yeah. No, I'm totally down for that. I wish that would happen. Like, give him the role. And it seemed like Mark Hamill signed off on that whole idea anyway. He was joking, saying he was his dad and everything.
Yeah, I mean, why not? There just seems to have been a lot of bad decision making in the Star Wars sandbox the last few years. So I don't know. They need to get their acts together. I mean, they obviously Mandalorian is a huge step in the right direction. So.
Oh yeah, and all sorts of rumors that we should be getting that trailer pretty soon.
Oh, that'll be awesome.
We're down to 19 minutes, I'm informed.
Oh, okay.
Andre says, "What's shaking, gents?
What's going on, Andre?
How goes it?" Oh yeah, and there's new Wonder Woman trailer tomorrow as part of DC Fandom. I don't know what time that trailer is being released, but I do know the Justice League is being released at 2:30 Pacific Daylight Time.
Nice. You have mail.
I have Twitter notification. I have a Twitter notification, and Amanda's in here watching us. Who could it be? I'm drawing whatever Google showed me of Cheetah. How about you, Rodney? Which version of Wonder Woman are you doing?
I don't know which version it is. I was trying to look for a more classic version of her costume, because I know the new 52. I liked the new 52 version.
Oh yeah.
I know a lot of the fans weren't crazy about what they did with the new 52, so I kind of steered away from it.
Okay.
I'm kind of just going with the classic, I guess, George Perez era costume. Just got to figure out what to do with his hand, and I'll be okay.
Hands are hard, man.
Yes, they are.
Steph says cover it with the lasso.
Well, that's that's
Andre just chimed in with Wonder Woman 84 trailer tomorrow, so this is very timely.
there you go.
Hint, hint, wink, wink. We might have planned that.
Yeah,
Actually, you guys planned that. You guys picked
Yeah.
Wonder Woman and Cheetah.
that's right. Fan participation is not frowned upon at Friday Night Raw and Thursday Night Throwdown. We encourage it.
So who would win in a fight? Did you guys discuss that when I wasn't paying attention?
Oh yeah, we producer B wants to know who would win in a fight between.
I'm thinking Wonder Woman's always going to mop the floor with Cheetah.
That's what I'm thinking. Cheetah's like third tier supervillain.
Right. Like, I'm surprised she's getting what sounds like a pretty big role in the movie.
Yeah. In what? Suicide Squad or Wonder Woman?
In Wonder Woman. It's
Really?
what's her name? The comedian from Saturday Night Live. Kristen Wiig.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I thought you were going to say the other one from Ghostbusters.
Yeah, she was in Ghostbusters.
No. The other, the real little girl, the one that went to Harvard, is like a brainiac. The blonde.
Oh yeah. What is her name? She played Holtzman or whatever.
Yeah.
God, I can't think of her name. I want to say her name also starts with a K, and I'm probably like way off.
Man, I can't think of her name. But yeah, she is Harvard educated. She was on Stern, like sometime last year, and I got to hear it when they were having their free preview thing.
Steph just said the name. What was it again? Kate McKinnon. There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Andre says he thinks you're going to win.
Uh-oh. Well,
Andre's putting the pressure on.
No pressure. No pressure.
Pedro Pascal is playing some dude I never heard of that's the main villain that apparently, according to some crazies I saw on the internet today, that capitalism is the enemy in Wonder Woman.
Oh, yeah? Well, I guess since it's the end of World War II and they're coming into the Reagan era 80s.
Yeah, they are doing it's Cold War, and he's Maxwell Lord, I think, is the Maxwell Lord and Cheetah.
Huh. Interesting. I did hear somebody somewhere say that Kristen Wiig actually did a really phenomenal job.
I've heard from people saying they've like seen pictures and stuff, and she looks great as the character, and she's supposed to knock the part out of the park and whatnot. But I'm curious to see this trailer tomorrow, see if we'll even get a glimpse of her.
So do you know anything about Cheetah?
Not really.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm seeing like all the different versions of her. I'm sure she's like many other DC characters where she has like 7 different origin stories based on, golden, silver, and bronze age versions.
Right.
Because like I was looking, it's like they've got there was a picture on Google of the version that was in Super Friends where she's basically just wearing a cheetah suit.
Right.
And then, like, I think what I picked to kind of work from is like a new 52 version where she's, borderline anthropomorph.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the one that I was looking at. I was like, okay.
Steph says there's 4 incarnations of Cheetah.
So did you? I mean, you read some of the new 52, didn't you?
Yeah, I read mostly the Justice League and Batman stuff.
Okay. Did you like it?
I enjoyed what I read of Justice League. I read Jim Lee's run, which was like the first 12 issues. I mean, I know he had like a fill in there on an issue or 2 or whatever, but I really enjoyed where they went with that. Batman, I mean, that's when they brought Greg Capullo in to do Batman. So I was all over that.
So that was the whole Council of Owls storyline, New 52?
I think so.
Well, then, I mean, that right? Wasn't that was all him, right? Capullo?
That was all him. I'm just trying to remember if that was actually part of the New 52.
Yeah, it's all self-contained, so
Yeah, that was the thing with like Batman is like Batman like they stuck with all the continuity from New 52 as far as I understand, because like as soon as they ended New 52, they still kept Snyder and Capullo on Batman, and those guys just kept building off the same material.
Okay.
But like everything else like abruptly changed to whatever it was they went to afterwards.
Huh.
At least that was my understanding. I don't know. I didn't quite pick up anything after New 52 ended because I didn't like most of the creative teams they started swapping out.
Right. I tell you, the artwork. What's the name of the book with? It's the young Superman kid and the young Robin.
It's Sons of something or something like that, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that. The artwork in that is beautiful. And DC has gotten some really amazing artists. I say it every time we're on the air. Jorge Jimenez on Batman. I mean, he was doing Superman for a while, but his Batman stuff is just blowing my mind. And I'm guessing he came up with Punchline. Him and whoever's right. Isn't that Scott? It's not Snyder's not still writing Batman, is he?
I don't believe so.
Yeah, because he's doing that creator own stuff now. But whoever did the art on that, though, Sons of whatever that is really, really amazing.
All right, we're down to 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about, and I cannot think of the artist. Totally blanking on it because he had like a kind of cartoony style, but not quite.
Yeah, I want to say Francis Manipal, but I know it's not him. I can't think of it. I knew it, and then it escaped me.
Part of me wants to say Patrick Gleason, but I don't know if that was him or not.
No, I would. That's not his name. My memory's for crap anymore. I don't know. Moving on.
Andre wants to know who would win. Cheetah versus Tigra.
Tigra.
Yeah.
Just because I read her for so many years in the Avengers, in the West Coast Avengers.
I was just going to say West Coast Avengers.
Yep.
She needs to show up in something. Give us a heck. Give us West Coast Avengers. Give us Great Lakes Avengers.
Oh yeah, that's going to happen.
Dream, right?
I mean, who would have thought the Guardians of the Galaxy? They took tertiary characters and made them A-list characters. So I mean, you don't get more. What's below tertiary character? What's the next level?
D-Man.
D-Man, yeah. So, I mean, those were pretty much created intentionally as spoofs.
Yeah.
U.S. Agent. Wasn't he in the Great Lakes Avengers?
I don't know if he was in Great Lakes Avengers. I know he was West Coast for a little bit.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, he was in West Coast for a while.
Great Lakes were like the weird ones. It was like Flatman and
Big Bird.
Yeah. Like they were totally crazy, like
Flatman and Ribbon.
Yeah, they were like knockoff heroes that were protecting the Great Lakes.
They were John Byrne's spoof. I mean, he created those characters, so
okay.
They were all just, I guess, him just being goofy.
It makes sense. I mean, it was definitely a comedic spin on it to play up the idea of the superhero. What am I trying to think of?
Franchise.
Yeah. Franchise is exactly what I was looking for.
Yeah, I mean it was essentially Alpha Flight's Beta team, Beta Flight and Omega Flight.
Yeah.
In Avengers form.
Let's see. Joe, I'm going to butcher your name, Joe. Joe Ferrugia. Hopefully I said that somewhat right. Asks, how are you tonight? You guys work so well together.
Thank you, Joe.
And then Andre says she was supposed to have a show, Dazzler and Tiger, for Hulu, but it got scrapped with the Fox deal. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah. Now that he mentions it, I remember that now, too.
Yeah, because New Warriors were supposed to get a show. They actually filmed a pilot, and it was the girl from the cell phone commercials was Squirrel Girl.
Oh, okay.
Who
played Speedball?
I don't know.
I used to know, but I can't remember. Oh man! Come on, folks, help us out. Who played?
Yeah.
Who did they cast as Speedball in the New Warriors?
It was supposed to be Freeform, I think.
Yeah.
How are we doing on time? 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
We need to get like a kitchen timer that goes tick, 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 tick.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That would annoy anyone.
And it gets louder as it gets closer to dinging.
Right.
So it'd be like a Chris Nolan movie?
Yeah.
Steph says Callum Worthy was the name of the actor that they cast for Speedball.
Really? I have no clue who that is.
He's Canadian, so Andre should know him.
Come on, Andre.
Steph says he was a Disney Channel baby. I mean,
that's the new Mickey Mouse Club.
Yeah. They cast a redhead to play Speedball?
Well, they died.
Blasphemy.
They dyed his hair.
It's just funny when everybody loses their stuff when something like that happens.
Oh, yeah. Because Seth Green wasn't available to play him, so. He was the go-to guy for any redhead in the 90s.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember his Rally's commercials?
No, I don't.
Oh, man.
Might have to Google that.
You got to Google them. They were classic. He had his long skater hair, and he looked like Grunge from Gen 13.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now that's something that needs a movie.
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay, so the guy that cast as Speedball was on one episode of Smallville, and he played Lightning Lad.
Oh.
So I've seen him in something then, but
yeah, because I definitely watched Smallville. I was a fan of Smallville.
Andre says, "Oh yeah, he left. He lives down the street. We go ice fishing together every other Sunday."
Sweet.
Awesome. Russell's in the house.
Hey Russ, you guys watch hockey games and together?
Hockey games, eat some poutine.
Yeah.
Molson Ice. I'm running out of Canadian stereotypes.
Drink Beck's beer. Is it Beck's? Is that the Canadian?
There's the Labatt. There's
Yeah,
Molson.
Bats blue. Yeah, they always, for whatever reason, the NFL always runs the hell out of that commercial on Thursday Night Football. I don't know. I got nothing.
Russell's asking how everyone's doing tonight. Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good.
Good, Russ. Good. You got the Munchkins under control tonight?
Oh, and let's see. What day is that? Tuesday, I think. Tuesday, Wednesday, somewhere in that ballpark. I'll be on Russell's podcast.
Oh, nice. He says, "Oh, shizzle, the woohoo queen has arrived." You know he's talking about Amanda.
I never would have guessed. Less than a minute. Looks like the kiddos are in bed.
There you go.
Does that mean Russell's getting into trouble by watching us doodle here?
We were talking earlier today when I was doing my morning warm-up sketch video that he came in and was talking to me and said that he had a rough night last night trying to corral the kids. They were wearing him out.
I hear they do that.
Yeah.
Andre, yeah, we quote beaver wool blankets while we watch hockey. Case of Molson chilling by the igloo. I'm guessing all of Canada just looks at us and goes like, what the hell's the matter with you? Time's up, pencils down.
I can only imagine the stereotypes they say about us.
Right? Yes, we do eat everything deep fried. Joe says, I threw a joke out there one day that Canada clones people to all sound like Ryan Reynolds. It didn't go over well. Yeah. All right, so Louis says, so for next week, do the Mandalorian and Boba Fett or Darth Vader and the Child. Cool. We'll throw those on the list. So we're gonna put up on a poll in our Facebook group, Thursday Night Throwdown / Friday Night Draw. So if you guys haven't yet, please go over, join the group on Facebook, and vote on these things. We'll have a poll up shortly with all these characters. And we got our sketches done here for the sketch off battle. I will help the producer out here real quick. I'm going to go over here and put up the rules one more time. So if you're interested in one of our pieces, pricing is per piece, $35 for the pencils as they stand right now. You can message Art of Rodney Fike on Facebook, or you can message Sean Forney Illustration on Facebook. If you guys message us before we're done with the show tonight, you get free U.S. first class shipping. If you're international or you want to add priority shipping, insurance, things like that, we can do it for additional fees. So message our producers. They'll get you taken care of. And that about covers it. So again, they start off $35. If you want to go pencils, you can add on the information there. But there they are. Take a look. You can message one of producer A or B to get everything all figured out. Russ says, Mwah. And Andre said, the child napping in a messed up Vader helmet, instant classic.
Ooh. Interesting.
So do I put the Mandalorian under the good guys or the bad guys?
I don't know.
Good question. Well, the same question could be asked of the child.
Yeah, because we don't know yet.
I really don't know.
I'm
going good guys for now.
We're going good guys for now. So they'll be under the rebel forces.
Yeah.
It's, Cara Dune was a former rebel something or other, something, whatever she was. So they tag teamed. We'll call them a rebel.
Wasn't she a shock trooper?
That's what I was going to say. And then I was like, oh, no, that doesn't sound right. But yeah, I think you're right. I think she was a rebel shock trooper.
So far on the list, we only have Ahsoka the Child, the Mandalorian, Darth Maul, Boba Fett, Jango.
All right, so we need some more Star Wars suggestions, folks. We need some Rebels and some Imperial guys, some Sith, some light side, dark side. Need a little bit of both. Throw them out there, and then you guys can vote over in our Facebook group. Let us know what you want us to draw next week.
And dark side does consist of the underworld characters, so like Bosk and Greedo and Dengar, and
Dengar.
the scum and villainy of the Earth of Tatooine.
Yeah.
Who would be your dream? Who would you draw?
Who? Okay, so Steph's asking who would be your ideal pick? Who would you want to draw?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh man. It's a good question.
Light or dark?
It's really that hard.
Yeah, it is, because there's so many to choose from. Me?
Pizza the Hut.
Pizza Hut. Oh, geez. I'm thinking like Bosk or somebody like that. One of those nasty, scruffy bounty hunters.
Oh yeah, Boss would be fun. You can play with all the textures on them and everything. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did a Bosk commission for Jason Brennan in Lexington a couple years ago, and I just had so much fun doing it. I really, really enjoyed it, and it turned out really nice. So I would have to say Bosk.
I've been on the kick of drawing Ahsoka lately, so she'd be one of them.
Yeah.
And then, so Steph said something dark side.
Yeah, Zuckus is pretty nasty looking too.
I would go probably a different Sith. Like I'd go like I had some fun. I did a quick little sketch of Revan not too long ago. I know he went back and forth between light side, dark side, but Revan's kind of fun.
Yeah, that Revan you did was nice.
Thank you. I had a lot of fun with that one. So he's fun. He's somebody I'd pick. I'm trying to think of like some other Sith characters that would be fun, like, but that wouldn't be like an absolute nightmare to try to do in 30 minutes.
I think Maul would. I mean, aside from all the markings on his head,
Yeah.
he's fun. I enjoy doing him.
Yeah. Amanda threw out a good one. Aura Singh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Tina brought up Zuckus.
Zuckus.
He's it's got like the moth's head.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was kind of starting to picture in my head. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was another one of the bounty hunters on Empire, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
You should draw the robot guy from the Mandalorian.
IG-11 with the child.
Oh yeah. That wouldn't be something that I'd want to try to get done in 30 minutes.
Yeah. No.
Oh, come on.
Barf. We might have to do a Spaceballs night.
That would be funny. That would be fun.
Steph's adding it to the list. It's going on the list, folks. All right, so I threw out the stuff, but again, these guys are up for sale. $35 is the starting point. So if you guys are interested, drop us a note on the Facebook. We can get you squared away. Now I guess we got to break out the actual stuff to work on.
Yeah.
And Steph says next half an hour. Keep throwing out some Star Wars characters. Light side, dark side. Help us pick them out.
Is Danny D in the house?
He was. I don't know if he still is.
I saw him back there earlier. Yeah, he's in the house. Okay, cool. I'm gonna finish coloring this guy from last night.
See if I can find my my reference here. See if I can't get
Oh, look who Russ put up there.
General Grievous.
Eh,
Oh, there.
we're calling BS on that right now. Just letting y'all know.
that was on our instant veto list.
Yeah.
Why are you guys so against General Grievous? What's the deal?
Because that is just an insane amount of stuff to draw, and no way you're going to get it done in 30 minutes.
Amanda said Salacious Crumb.
Salacious Crumb. That wouldn't be too bad.
No. I don't think that would be my first pick, but not a bad choice.
Yeah. I don't know that I've ever drawn him before, but.
So we have 8 on the sit side. Let's close up sit and let's get more light side characters. We need like 4 more.
All right, we need more light side characters. We got an abundance of dark side, so throw out some light side characters for us.
We have enough scum and villainy.
Well, we'll figure it out.
Where's Warner? He hasn't chimed in with, Darth Vader mid transformation into, robot Darth Vader.
Maybe he got lost walking the dog.
Nobody sent him the link tonight.
Yeah, nobody sent him the link tonight.
He probably electrocuted without putting a key in the seat.
Yeah, he's putting in a ceiling fan for his daughter, so let's hope he didn't have any home improvement accidents there.
How about that Maz
Kanata?
Yeah.
Maz isn't bad.
Got a good person or a bad one?
Who is Maz Kanata? I'm drawing a blank.
The little alien that had Luke's lightsaber that ran around the bar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's the little pilot guy with the funny face and the big lips?
Nien Nub.
Oh, yeah. Nien Nub, however you say it.
I've always said Nien Nub. Although the one podcast that you referred me to, the Star Wars guys, the guy had a phonetic pronunciation for it.
Okay.
And I think there are two, according to him, there were 2 correct ways to say it, and one was Nien Nub, and the other one was what you just said, Nien Nub, Nien Nub, Nien Yub.
Yeah, I don't know.
It sounds like an Ewok talking. That's all I know.
Yeah. Amanda threw out Admiral Akbar.
Admiral Akbar.
Really? No Jedi? No, what's his name? Why am I? No Kit Fisto? No Mace Windu?
Han Solo.
Who's the big blue guy that plays the piano?
Oh, Max Rebo.
Oh, Mara Jade. That's a good one.
Ooh, Mara Jade. There we go.
There you go. Mara Jade.
Why am I drawing a blank on more Jedi here?
What's her name? Kiara Monday.
Yeah.
What's
the dude? Oh, we always used to see him at conventions. He was the guy that was the model for the one Jedi, and they actually worked him into canon. His name got mentioned in Quinlan Voss.
Quinlan Voss.
He got mentioned in episode 3. But the guy that was like the original model for the artist that put him in the comic books, he always used to show up to cons. He was a goofy dude.
Huh. I knew nothing of this fellow.
He was one of the Jedi to survive Order 66, and he went to the dark side for a little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And I
Ventress, Ayla.
oh yeah, Ayla Sakura, Ventress. Ventress would be fun.
Yeah. Yeah, she's
Mission bio.
pretty cool looking. Visually, she'd be fun to draw.
Should do the Rebels one.
There's Kara.
Each one draw cartoony.
There you go, Sean. Tina said we should do a Rebels one night. Make you draw cartoony.
I'm down with that. I'm not gonna draw them very cartoony, but I'm down with that. I love Rebels.
Ara Singh.
Aura Singh.
Yeah, that's one I think Amanda named off.
Asa Ventress.
Asa Ventress. Yeah, that's what Sean just said.
Ula.
Oola.
Ula.
Rex.
Oh yeah, you didn't even get it.
Rex.
Yeah, Captain Rex, clone trooper.
Oh yeah. Dash Rendar.
Oh yeah, Dash Rendar. Yeah, he was like a Han Solo knockoff in the expanded universe.
Shadows of the Empire.
Yep. What was the guy's name? King Zshor.
Shizor, yeah. Although I did like his ship, the Outlander,
Oh yeah.
and they put that in Mos Eisley in the remake when the Lucas re-released.
I don't know.
I thought they did. I thought they showed it taken off.
You were probably right. I've got no clue on that one.
Okay, Amanda gave you a bunch.
Oh, Amanda named off Kit Fisto, Plo Koon, Kanan Jarrus, Ezra Bridger, Admiral Thrawn. Ooh, Thrawn.
Ooh, there you go.
And Russ threw out Chirrut Imwe.
Gesundheit.
Chirrut Baz, however you say his name.
Plo Koon. Yaddle.
Definitely add Thrawn, and I'd be totally cool with Kanan, Kit Fisto.
Yeah.
Plo Koon would be a little bit difficult.
Yeah. Monday wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, no, I think he would work because he's got the crazy giant forehead.
The cone head, yeah.
Yeah. Like that's what always comes to mind. Plo Koon in Clone Wars, like really early on, it was either the first or the second season. He used the Force, hopped outside of his ship, and was in space, fighting off something. It was like everybody threw a giant fit when Leia survived space for a couple of seconds there, using the Force to bring herself back in. I'm like, dude, they already did this on Clone Wars. This isn't that much of a stretch.
Right. This is not new. Is that a Ronikoff?
Oh, it better not be.
Squirrel.
I won't have to go do any banishing here.
Yeah. You are banished to the basement. Oh, where did my... Oh, where'd it go? I guess I can move this now. Okay. It is charged, so we can sit him right there for now. There it is. Word.
What did I miss?
Comments.
Yeah. Let's see. I got Yaddle. I can fill your list the next couple of years. I have an encyclopedia of Star Wars. Yeah. All right. And then we've got a remember. We're looking for characters that people want to buy drawings of. And again, I'm surprised we haven't heard from Josh, like rattling off,
Obscurities.
Yeah, an Ewok, ditching a deuce.
It's coming.
Just waiting for it. I think we said its name's enough time. It should be like Beetlejuice, right?
Right. He should be feeling the tremor in the force here momentarily.
All right. I need a little bit more light here. Let's see if we can make this happen. All right. Ooh. All right. Hopefully it adjusts appropriately there.
There you go. That looks good. It is so shiny.
Yeah, it's definitely shiny because now it's like giving me weird glare. Now I got to kick on another light to compensate.
Okay.
Porkins.
There you go.
Russ says it's not a deuce, it's a Snickers in the pool.
Was that Caddyshack?
I think so. I was just trying to think of what movie that was.
Yeah, it was Caddyshack. Because Murray hops in to get it out. He takes a bite of it.
Yeah. They played that up in one of the American Pie movies too. They kind of did the same gag.
Speaking of teen movies, last night we were laying in bed after the basketball game, and we were watching Not Another Teen Movie.
Oh yeah.
And man, the people that are in that.
Oh yeah.
Like Chris Evans, Jamie Presley, just a whole slew of people. We're like, oh look, that's that person. Oh look, that's so and so. It's pretty crazy.
Oh yeah. Look where they are now.
That movie came out in 2001.
Yep. I remember watching that in college.
That's the infamous one where Chris Evans comes to the door,
Yeah.
nothing on but the whipped cream.
Yeah. It was playing off of
Uma Thurman. Wasn't it Uma Thurman in that football movie?
It was Allie Larder, I believe.
Oh, that's right.
It was was it Varsity Blues?
Yeah, Varsity Blues.
Great use of the Van Halen song Hot for Teacher.
Yeah. And she went on to play in Heroes.
Yeah. She was on something that we watched not too long ago, and I'm trying to think of what the heck that was. Totally surprised that she showed up in it. Total brain fart on what we were watching. Hopefully it'll come back to me.
You know what? Now that you mention it, I remember we were watching something too, and she popped up, and I was like, "Holy crap, that's Allie Larder."
Because yeah, it's been a while since I've like seen her show up in anything, and then boom, she showed up in something.
Didn't she marry somebody and kind of go away from Hollywood for a while?
I think so. It seems like a lot of folks have done that here recently.
Yeah.
I mean, I imagine that's got to be a pretty challenging thing to do, keep up with all the stuff you need to do.
Yeah. Somebody that comes to mind is Josh Hartnett.
Yeah, I was thinking of the same thing.
Yeah, because he just showed up in something new, and I was like, oh my God, that's Josh Hartnett. But I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, I mean, he like rose in popularity like super quick and then just kind of disappeared. And I know he's put out statements because it was basically too much to keep up with, and so on and so forth. But yeah, I like what was that movie called? Hollywood Homicide. It was him and Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh geez, that probably came out 2001, 2002, somewhere in that ballpark.
Yeah, it's been a while. So you liked it, huh?
Yeah, it's funny because they're both homicide detectives rolling around Hollywood trying to solve a crime. I don't remember what the crime was anymore, but I remember just laughing my ass off at it, and it was Han Solo was playing a detective.
Huh. Yeah, I always remember Josh Hartnett for Pearl Harbor.
Oh yeah. He did it was Pearl Harbor. He did I can't think of the name of the other movie, but there was some other movie he did where it was like he decided not to have sex for all of Lent, and so the whole movie was based around him not having sex.
Huh. I remember that, but I don't remember what it was called.
I don't. Yeah, I can't think of the name of it. But like he did all those movies like back to back to back, and it was just then he kind of just up and disappeared.
Yeah, and it's probably for the best because I mean he was so young, and
Yeah,
and dealing with Hollywood in your 20s is you're a lot more better equipped to dealing with stuff when you're in your mid to late 30s and older because you're just more mature and you've got more life skills and
oh yeah.
it's because it's I mean it's a grind, man. I just can't imagine not being able to go anywhere and people have especially now with cell phones and TMZ and oh my God, I just no thanks.
Yeah.
All right. It's right down here.
Right. Now the red's finally looking like red.
There you go. That's red.
So Warner's texting, but he hasn't decided to join us.
Aha. Andre says perfect storm, 30 days of night, and lucky number 11.
Oh yeah. I'm trying. I think I've seen Perfect Storm. 40 Days and 40 Nights was Harrison Ford, I thought, or maybe no, never mind. I'm thinking of the other movie he was in that had Days and Night in the title. But yeah, I think the 40 Days and 40 Nights thing is the movie I was trying to remember with Josh Hartnett. And funny, 30 Days a Night. I've still yet to see it, but Josh Metters actually worked on like the follow up to 30 Days a Night, the comic book, and they ended up using some of his stuff in one of the movies.
Huh. That's cool.
Yeah. I think unfortunately he never got any like credit for it or anything, but he said that they did actually use some of his stuff in there.
Nice. Okay.
Sorry, I'm trying not to cover the painting with the palette, but I keep doing it. Yeah, Andre just chimed in 30 Days to Night. It's a zombie movie based on the graphic novel. Yeah, and good buddy of mine worked on, I think, the second graphic novel because it was, if I remember, it was Steve Niles wrote it. And Josh worked with him quite a bit on some different stuff. And I just don't remember if it was the first movie or the second movie that they used his stuff. Because they ended up, at least I'm pretty sure they used or they did a sequel, but I think it was like one of those direct to, video sequels.
Right. Straight to the dollar bin.
Yeah.
Here we go. All right.
Amanda and Andre are chiming in with some other movies and stuff we need to catch here. And Danny says, "Sorry guys, I stepped out. Zoom looks awesome."
Thank you. I think he is officially done now. So
nice.
Just put
Ooh, I love the green in the background.
Thank you. I was figured it's a good complementary color to the red orange, to the red bolts in the background. So yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right, pretty happy with that. Okay, so now we're going to move on to coloring the Joker. Or finish
the Joker.
Get that mouth inked and some of the shading, and then I can start coloring it. Let's see. What do I want?
Now might be a good time to talk about our favorite tool of the week.
Oh yeah.
So what got any good favorite picks for the week that
well, I covered what I was going to use. I kind of talked about it last night, was the brush. The Winsor Newton brush that I used for the Crypt Keeper.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, I'll just throw that out there for those that weren't listening last night. I did a Crypt Keeper sketch card for an incentive on the Roadkill Rampage Kickstarter, and I inked it all. I had just gotten done with the Nosferatu sketch card, and I did all that with a Copic, and it was very labor intensive. And I just didn't feel like doing that again on this card because style wise it could have lent itself to that. So I busted out my Winsor Newton triple aught or double aught and did a nice inked it, and then did some gray wash on it, and then I busted out some markers and finished it off. But I really enjoyed hopping back into the brush boat. It was a lot of fun. My buddy Dion commented on Instagram. We were talking back and forth about it. I was just like, I've put it down and walked away from it and picked it up like several times over the last 35 years. And it's just, it aggravates me because when I was working on G.I. Joe, I was using the brush a lot, and I had my chops, and I was doing very well with it, and I was inking samples and stuff. And then when that job fell through, I just kind of slipped into a depression and stopped doing artwork altogether, and I lost it. And I hadn't picked it up in a long time, but I just did it last night or yesterday because I knew it would be faster than the multi-liners.
Oh yeah.
And it was faster, and it was so much fun. So
I mean, it's like I'm sitting here using the brush on this stuff, and it makes things quicker, but it is more fun because it's like, for the longest time I was afraid to like pick up a brush and try to use it to do a lot of this stuff, but it ends up being so much easier.
Yeah.
And it's fun. Yeah.
The pens are nice and they serve a purpose most of the time. But I mean, that brush is just, I don't know, man. It's just a lot of fun. So I'm gonna try to keep using it. He says as he inks detail with a pen.
Mhm.
But yeah, it was fun. So that, and then I'll throw out. I was messing with Procreate today on my iPad, practicing my women for tonight,
Nice.
and I just Procreate. I guess. I mean, it's a neat tool. Watching some tutorial videos and stuff. It's just, I mean, it's very similar to Photoshop. So many possibilities. Very user friendly. Um, and it's again, I gotta quit putting it down. I gotta keep using it because I'll go away from it for a couple weeks and don't remember, how to do this or that. But yeah, it's I really enjoy messing with the Procreate.
Yeah, I need to dive in myself and play around with it a little bit more. I had some troubles in the get go when I started using it because I didn't really get it set up that great to use it the
Yeah,
way I used like everything else. And so it kind of like put me off. So I dove back into using Clip Studio Paint because I was a little bit more familiar with it and I was able to get a little bit more of the control and stuff that I wanted
right.
wasn't happening in Procreate. But I've seen a bunch of folks do a lot of beautiful stuff in it, and it's like it gets frustrating, because it's like,
Oh yeah,
well,
it's just that affording yourself the learning curve time,
yeah,
and sometimes I just don't have the patience for it, so I can just go back to Photoshop.
yep, yeah, and that's exactly what it is. It's not always having that time to sit down and get a good grasp of it, time to learn it, and that's what frustrates me. It's like, well, I can do this with this and this, but I kind of forget that it's like, yeah, it's just like any other tool. I got to take the time to get used to using it,
Right.
learn its little idiosyncrasies and whatnot.
Yeah, it's like masking something and moving it and this and that and the other, and then trying to deselect it and all that stuff. It's like, I, okay, I know my keyboard shortcut strokes and stuff for all that in Photoshop.
Mm-hmm.
Here I'm trying to do this and then I'm cussing at it and I'm like, ugh, stick with it.
Yep. Yep.
But
No,
yeah,
and that's we had Nate Lovett on last week, and he's the one that keyed me into that little keyboard that I got that works with the iPad, so I could do some more of that stuff.
yeah,
Because I used Clip Studio and the iPad to do about 75% of the pinup that I was doing for Roadkill Rampage.
nice.
And it was it's like that little clipboard kind of became a lifesaver as far as being able to help me produce some of the stuff that I would normally do in Photoshop. But the iPad's there, it's nice, it's a way for me to break away from the either one of my desks, and I can sit in the living room, have a little something playing on the TV, and I can still work.
Right.
And it's that nice little break that it gives me.
Yeah, that's always nice. Yeah, screwed that up. Okay.
So
So what about you? What's your
so,
tool of the week?
so I'm gonna grab it and grab that pinup I just mentioned because I used it extensively in a part. So my tool of the week is the China marker.
Yes, the China
I
marker.
can get it to focus. The Sharpie peel off China marker, or sometimes referred to as a grease pencil.
Yep.
These things went back when I worked at McDonald's. I know I'm not focused. I can't get it to focus. That's why I'm moving it. Back when I worked at McDonald's, we used these things to write on coffee pots.
Yep.
So if you take them to anything that's kind of warm, you can do some fun stuff with it. But I used it to do the background because I was sitting there and I'd done the trees in a black, so I'd have the silhouette, and I was trying to figure out, okay, what is going to be easiest to do the background. Give me something that's dark, so I can play up the black and white theme that's in the book already. And still going to work so that I don't have to like try to mask off or halo or do anything crazy with the trees.
Right.
And, Steph and I were both sitting there looking at it. It's like, well, what if I did the China marker? And, it's great for doing like that fake dry brush, basically.
Oh, yeah.
And so I used it up there for that and use it for the road, the shadow under the car, so I can go through and play up some texture. I mean, I'm planning on doing some ink splatter and stuff down here to work into it. But, this thing actually becomes pretty versatile when you're trying to do stuff. Like I said, I use it a lot to fake the dry brush technique so that it's consistent. So if I, screw up and have too much or not enough ink and I can't get it to replicate in areas,
yeah,
everything is great. I can keep it, pretty much the same type of texture, when I move from area to area on a piece. And I'm sure there's many other uses for it that I haven't quite tried to dive into, but those are my primary uses for it. I use it quite a bit as a couple of different texture things when I'm working on the Scarlet stuff, and I don't know, it's just a fun little tool.
Yeah, it's a fun, versatile tool.
Yeah.
And me being a child of the 70s, the guys that were big influences on me with Tomb of Dracula and stuff like that, Gene Colan and guys like that, they used a lot of is that a
That's a cat.
cat throwing up? Okay.
Yes, it was.
That's
was.
a segue.
Yeah, but a lot of those guys, Ernie Chan used it a lot in Savage Lord of Conan, and Gene Colan on Tomb of Dracula. So yeah, definitely, that's where I learned of it, and I've got a couple of those in my drawer over there. I actually need to pull it out and use it because it is. You mentioned it's a good way to fake the dry brush technique, which I really like the dry brush technique, and I should use the grease pencil instead of my dry brush.
Yeah, it gets so much easier, and honestly, I learned about it much more recently. I kind of feel ashamed to admit that because I should have picked up on it a long time ago. Because I used to, when I was a kid, when I would color in coloring books, that oftentimes became my black crayon because for whatever reason we'd occasionally have some around the house.
Right.
And I would pretty much just steal them from my mom and dad and start using it in coloring books.
Oh yeah, I mean those were it's weird because those always seemed to be around, but nobody else. I mean, my mom was an artist, but well, I guess like she had the white ones, and she would.
Oh yeah.
She would my stepdad, he was an iron worker, so he would have hard hats, and she would paint designs and stuff like his name, and like graphic designs and stuff, and the guys at work would see it, and so she would paint their hard hats and everything.
Oh, that's cool.
She would draw it on with the white with a grease marker, and then she would go in and use, I guess, acrylics and paint it. But yeah, it was that's kind of how I was introduced to it in real life, and then all the guys were using it in the 70s and early 80s. So yeah, it's a good choice and a nice versatile tool there.
So I was introduced to it for the dry brush technique by J. Scott Campbell. He's been using it a lot for the last few years because he's taken to most all of his cover work and stuff. He usually is inking it himself, and he started posting pictures of like stuff in progress, and several pictures. He had a China marker, and I'm sitting there going, "Well, dummy, why didn't you think of this one before?"
Yeah. Yeah, it was one of those things that was pretty prevalent for a long time in the comics industry, and then it kind of went away. And it's definitely back. And I mean now it's a texture,
Oh yeah.
a brush texture, and all the programs and stuff that people are using.
Yeah, I was thrilled when I found that there was a China marker brush for Clip Studio, because like I said, I use it a lot for some of the Scarlet stuff. So I got that thing downloaded, and I've used it on a couple of pages that I did digitally so far. So get as close as I could to what I was doing traditionally.
Right, that's cool. Yeah, I've toiled with it in Photoshop. All right.
I wanted to make it so I could keep the artwork on camera, so I totally taped down the paper, and also so it wouldn't curl up as bad on me here. Now it's like I don't know how I'm gonna get some of these angles.
That is one thing that I like about Procreate is that you can tilt your canvas.
Yes.
That's so much more convenient.
Yes. Yeah, I love that little rotate function. I use the heck out of it in all the software anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean they all can do it now. Before you weren't able to do it. But
for the longest time, the only thing that offered it was Painter.
Yeah.
And everybody kept coming up with excuses why you couldn't do it in this software, couldn't do it in that software, or whatever. And then finally they caved. Now they all do it.
Bend to the will of the people.
It saves so much on your wrist.
Oh my God, absolutely. I mean, it's so funny because you get so locked into what you're doing sometimes that you need to turn the page, and I don't know if it's just laziness or whatever, but you don't turn it. And I find myself yelling at myself, turn the page, stupid. Rotate it.
Mm-hmm.
Get that angle.
Yep. And then it's funny, you go from digital, you switch over to traditional stuff, and you're sitting there going, where's that key? Where's Control Z?
Yeah.
I won't admit how many times I've been working on paper, and instead of grabbing my eraser, I sit there and my hand is, trying to full on do a Control Z.
You're not alone. You're not alone.
So I've totally been totally invested in looking at this, and I have not looked up at the comments, and so we totally missed Amanda leaving. All right, so I'm gonna ignore it. Danny apparently used the China markers on stuff at the junkyard.
Oh,
that's kind of cool.
Oh yeah.
Didn't think about that, but I have seen that now that he's mentioned that.
Yeah, they write VIN numbers and stuff on windshields and stuff like that.
And then I'm guessing Russell's still here with us. I don't know how we got into Dragon Ball Z, so somebody's going to have to clue me back into the Dragon Ball Z part. But Kakarot versus Vegeta. I'm down with doing a Dragon Ball Z night.
Yeah, I could do that. Not a problem at all.
So shall we dive into our Inspiration Friday?
Yeah, let's do that.
I suppose I'll go first since you went first on the tool.
Okay.
So my inspiration this week has been artwork of David Finch.
David Finch.
Yeah, I've been following him for a little bit on YouTube, But he, up until this whole quarantine thing started, he hadn't really posted a lot over the last few years, and he's been doing some pretty regular live streams on YouTube, and he's doing some great little tutorials. I haven't gotten to see anything in depth, but while I've been working, I've been trying to play some in the background and whatnot. And he's got like one on wrinkles, one on perspective, and just all kinds of fun little tutorials, as well as he does much like we're doing. He'll take a night and just sit there and draw a character, and it's just some neat stuff. I've dug his artwork since his Top Cow days, and the guy just keeps getting better and better.
Oh yeah, he's insane.
Oh yeah.
I actually watched the YouTube video of him doing the wrinkles, the clothes.
Okay, yeah. That's the one that I've sat and paid the most attention to so far.
Yeah. I watched that last week, as a matter of fact, like twice.
And it's just crazy how he sits there and does it, and it's like he's not even like doing any kind of like underdrawing or anything per se. He just boom goes to it, and boom, there's wrinkles.
Yeah, and it's like it's effortless.
Yeah. Oh, I totally just smacked the camera. Oops, sorry. Hopefully we're back there. Yeah, I totally just whacked the camera out of place.
Yeah, as long as you didn't whack that tray with all that watercolor in it.
Yeah, now that thankfully I've got the old Bob Ross style thumb grip here. It's doing its job.
There you go.
This thing is fantastic for cons.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I had my little aluminum one, the little circular one out yesterday when I was inking the Crypt Keeper.
Nice.
Okay, so we're gonna go.
All right. I think I might be done with the actual color aspect here.
Green tie. Okay. That is so nice.
Thank you. That's only taken like 5 streams to get this far.
That's nothing.
All right, so
it is nice.
Gonna totally try to do some white gouache here. We're gonna see how this works.
Ooh, busting out the gouache.
Oh, you're using.
So let's see. I'm going to, for my inspiration of the week. I'm sorry. Were you done?
Oh yeah. Sorry, I like totally brain farted, and
no, that's cool.
We got to keep going there.
I just didn't want to step on your toes if you still had more to add.
Nope. Go right ahead.
I'm going to go with Bernie Wrightson.
Ooh.
Simply because I was doing the cards that I was doing this week, and I was really wanting to brush up on my contrast, and just different techniques and stuff. Which it's funny because I didn't really use any of what I researched on Nosferatu. I just reverted back to what I normally do. But I think I used some of it on the Crypt Keeper. Just the way that his brush strokes, man, it escapes me. The way he did grass and wheat and things of that nature, and his hair. And I just didn't have the confidence to do it on that sketch card. So, but I spent quite a good amount of time down that rabbit hole the last couple of days, really studying just images. I've got the illustrated Frankenstein here in the studio, and I bought that, geez, probably 25 years ago. And I pulled it out and I was looking at it, and then I Googled him and was looking at other things that he had done, and that's probably the main reason. Well, other than the speed aspect, but picked up the brush because it's just to be able to ink like Bernie writes it.
Oh yeah, the guy is a beast. I too have been admiring his work as of late. I totally set up his own board on Pinterest so I can just save Bernie writes in artwork.
Yeah, that's a smart move. I mean, what better inker to study than him?
Yeah, and like my big thing is like, you know, on top of his inks, his composition.
Yeah.
I am totally trying to ape some of his compositions for stuff for the Cryptids book, because that simple, you know, black and white, you know, some sort of figure, and then just the hint of a background element, and he pulls it off so well.
Yeah, there's a guy that I found on Instagram. I can't remember his name, but for some reason I couldn't follow him, or maybe it was Facebook and he had too many friends or whatever. So he had all these pictures of his artwork, and it was just absolutely gorgeous. And I saved them all, and I've got them in a folder. I have an inking reference folder, and I'll have to shoot them to you. It's very reminiscent of him. A lot of white silhouetted shapes.
Okay.
You know how Bernie always does always did the leaves.
Mm-hmm.
You know, silhouetted just as white shapes. This guy's doing that with like women's bodies, like breasts and hair and sandals, you know, shoes, and just really stunning. He's doing it with the architecture, and I'm like, oh man, this guy studied at the School of Writing. So I'll have to shoot you that folder. It's just, there's probably 16 pages in there, and it's worth its weight in gold, man. It's just gorgeous work.
Yeah, I definitely want to check this out.
He's Italian or Spanish.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's European, but my God, this stuff is just beautiful.
You brought up the Frankenstein book that he did. So like, yeah, I'm definitely late to the party on Bernie Wrightson's work, but I discovered that Frankenstein graphic novel that he did, and so I had Jesse hunt down a copy of it for me, and you know, that thing I can just stare at for days.
Oh yeah, it's like you sit down to try to read it, and I never get to reading it because I'm picking my tongue up off the floor for one. It's just absolutely gorgeous.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What else? Let's see. Let's go to that. Where'd it go? When I was younger, when I was like, I would say high school, even junior high. So we're talking early to mid 80s. That book, The Illustrated Frankenstein, that was a very highly sought after. That was like The Watchmen.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Everybody talked about it in such reverence. And it was like almost like a badge of achievement or honor to have that in your collection. And I remember, I think I ordered it from Fantagraphics or something like that. And I don't know. It's just I just can't say enough about it. I just love it. So yeah, that's my inspiration for the week. Bernie Wrightson.
Nice. I dig it.
All right. I think Kelly Jones was the person who's probably gotten closest to achieving what he achieves.
Oh,
What he,
yeah.
um, then there are other artists that I'm not like the guy that I was telling you about that I found from Spain or wherever. He's really amazing. You'll be blown away by this guy.
Yeah, I love that. Um, that straight up stark black and white, high contrast.
It just sets such a mood.
Mm-hmm.
It's very striking and immediately submerses you into the story. So yeah, it's a very powerful technique to use, especially in horror.
Oh, yeah.
Craig Witterman is not watching this. He left a comment on Facebook that says, Joker, Rodney.
Oh, Craig Wetterman says, "Sweet Joker, Rodney."
Oh, thank
Greg, if you're still watching us, head over to the main thread here, and we can see your comments. Thankfully, producer A happened to catch that. It's okay. Rodney does it on occasion too.
Oh yeah. Hey, I did it once.
I just had to give you a hard time.
That's okay. But Greg, if you're interested, Joker is available for purchase. So he was one of the ones that we did a couple of weeks ago that nobody claimed. So if you're interested, shoot producer B PM on Art of Rodney Fike and see if we can marry the fan with the art.
There you go.
Yeah, it's funny. Sean was speaking of this piece, the Joker, when we were doing it. I wasn't going for the Dick Sprang look when I started it, because this was one of the first 30-minute draw-offs we did.
Yeah.
So I was trying more to do the Jorge Jimenez Joker, and I ended up with Dick Sprang, but it was the nose. I couldn't get the nose right, and then in my sketch lines, I saw the Dick Sprang nose, and I was like, you know what? Just go with the Dick Sprang.
It totally works.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really happy with it now. So it definitely works.
No, I mean, if you wouldn't have said anything, excuse me, I would have thought that was what you were going for from the get go, because like I totally saw it.
Yeah, no, it was a flub, but it was a happy flub.
Happy little trees, happy accidents.
Happy accidents. And it's so funny because it was probably just subconscious in my mind, and so yeah, it turned out well.
Oh yeah, I'm totally digging the colors on it.
Thank you.
Yeah. The orange collar totally sets off against the hair.
Oh yeah. I was, and it was funny because I couldn't remember if it was green shirt, orange tie, or orange shirt, green tie. So I had to Google it real quick and check. It's both ways,
right?
But this is more Dick Sprang era, so that's what I went with.
That looks good.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. If I were a purple marker, the purple marker that is right there. There we go. There he is. Come to daddy.
Those dastardly markers, they keep trying to run away.
They do. Those sons of biscuits. Ooh, I don't like that. Ooh, I like that. Okay. Oh, you can go. Oh, that's V. I don't want V. Lucky V. All right. So we're going to go with our happy purple marker.
What? Oh, yeah, no, that's where I got the idea. Yeah. No, that's where I got the idea.
What are we talking about?
Steph said our friends at T-24 are doing exactly what I wanted to do. Since all of our neighbors are putting up all their political signs, I was going to put up one that said Vader Palpatine.
Oh, nice.
Because T-24 has got the shirts and stuff, but I saw not too long ago they were actually doing like legit yard signs.
Oh, sweet.
And Steph just saw them. I'm like, yeah, that's exactly where I got the idea to do it.
Do it.
See how long it takes somebody to notice what it actually is.
Yeah. Or see how long it takes for somebody to rip it out of the yard.
Right.
I do so love the color purple.
It's a fun color.
Yes, it is.
I used the heck out of it on this piece. It's mostly gotten covered up now, but
I was going to say, yeah, you were doing undertones with purple, wasn't you?
Yep. Yeah, since there's so much browns, reds, and yellows going on in here, it usually plays off it pretty well.
Yeah. What's she laughing at?
I don't know if that ties into Andre's comment. Can one of you take a minute and show me how to draw a hair braid before I burn my commission?
A hair braid?
Like a Laura Croft type hair braid?
I can. Let's see. Give me a piece of paper. This will work.
Oh, The Rock just released a picture of Black Adam.
Ooh. SARS? Okay, so let's.
So Rodney should. Oh, it's a first look. It's a teaser. Oh, man. You find it, and then let's see how much trouble we can get into with YouTube by putting it on here. Slave Leia. Okay, yeah, so it's like the Laura Croft, Elsa. Yeah. What is that called? French braid?
You're just doing get your line, like your tail line, and you're doing a sequence of connected, basically, like distorted teardrops. And you're obviously, the fold, the center is going to go with the contour of the line. The contour is not the right word. The flow of the line, like that. Okay, so you're going whoosh and whoosh, whoosh out, whoosh in. It's kind of like a heart. Whoosh out, whoosh in, woo woo woo, woo woo bear. Is this helping? Do I need to do another angle? And then you just
We'll see if
like that.
Andre chimes back in here. Let's see if he's getting it.
So yeah, let me know, Andre, if this helps. Here, I'll tear it off and I'll tape it up here. And then if it needs additional aid, we can flip it over and try it a different way. All right, let's go with.
So I'm totally afraid to try to splatter on here, so I'm totally going to do the stars by hand.
I know that feeling. Perfect. Thanks. Much appreciated. Ah, sweet.
There you
Good.
go.
Glad I could help. You're welcome.
See, Andre, we're good for something.
I can draw more than cute cartoony stuff. Yay.
We didn't get into it last night. I didn't see Andre ever post any questions, but Andre was asking about sketch covers and like how to get into it, what to do, and that kind of thing. And he and I talked about trying to like set up a Zoom meeting or something so we could talk. But I don't know if we're saying like basics we can throw out there that might be helpful. I think I might have brought it up yesterday, but when I went into the comic shop earlier in the week, I found out that Marvel is switching a lot of their sketch covers to incentive covers. So they're going back to that model where it's like the shop has to order like 50 or 100 or whatever of the book in order to get one sketch cover.
Yeah, I heard somebody locally, one of the comic shops here was bitching about it today on Facebook.
Okay. So I know that's going on. I mean, I know there's tons of them out there you can still pick up. So if you got a comic shop around you that you can pick up sketch covers from, you can order them. Like Midtown usually carries a bunch of them. There should be some easy ways for you to get a hold of them.
I found a really good place on eBay if somebody needs it. Email me
Yeah, Tina said email her.
or message me.
Yeah, message her, and she can hook you up with the link or whatever.
Well, and I know shipping will be ridiculous if it's anything U.S. going to Canada, but I mean, I know you guys have comic shops up there. Spencer at Comic Kingdom of Canada or whatever he calls his shop, he usually stocks a lot of that kind of stuff. I don't know if that's anywhere near you, but he's a good dude. I mean, as far as like doing them as commissions, it's kind of the same thing as doing the sketch cards. I don't know, Rodney, you might agree, disagree, but I would say there's probably a larger audience of people that collect sketch covers versus sketch cards.
Wow. Yeah, I would think so. Just because they're bigger. I mean, there are some pretty serious sketch card collectors out there, but I would tend to agree with Sean. I think there are more fervent sketch cover fans than sketch card fans.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems like the market's so much bigger to me, and I could be wrong. I get way more requests for sketch cover commissions than I do sketch cards. So
yeah, Yeah, I can't remember the last time I got a sketch card commission.
So there's that. And Danny, yes, you're correct. Sketch card companies don't pay well for doing the sketch cards when they go out in the packs.
No.
Commissions, we all each set our own individual rates and stuff. That's a whole different ball game. And sketch covers work much the same way. I mean, you come up with pricing you think's fair, and you can list your prices out there. I know I gave Andre a couple of sketch cover Facebook groups that I'm pretty sure we both belong to. That at least there's you can get an idea of what other people are charging, what fans are requesting, that kind of thing. And I mean, it's much like doing any other commission work. You just got to get the work out there and get it seen for people to start requesting the commissions. So
yeah, start making a name for yourself.
Again, very very similar to the sketch card stuff. I don't know. Yeah. Steph found the Black Adam video. Real quick, before you do the Black Adam video, and I gotta admit that I don't know if I'm mispronouncing the name. I keep saying Justo. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, because Rodney, I heard you say it differently. I don't know if I
said Justo or Justo. Who's? It's not a competition, brother. Can you type out a phonetic way to say your name? We don't want to be saying it wrong.
Yeah, I hate butchering people's names. So yeah, but he would like to see what we did for the sketch off.
Oh, okay. Hang on a second.
Sure. And then Chad Park says, I've got over 200 sketch cards. Basically, I would get an autograph and a quick sketch. Danny D says, screw that. I can see anyone cranking out 100 sketch cards for $500. That's insane.
Baby, what did you do with
Isn't it hanging up there? Did I hang it up there?
No?
It's actually pronounced Husto. Well, I apologize because I've been butchering it this entire time.
I didn't take the one from this week, sweetheart. I took.
Oh, duh. It's right here. Sorry. My bad, baby. Sorry. There we go.
All right, so there's the sketches. So I did Cheetah. Rodney did Wonder Woman. So they're both still available. So there they are. And I'm gonna practice it. Husto. Hopefully I'm getting it right now.
Okay.
So I apologize for butchering your name all this time. I am not good with reading names and trying to get it right.
Oh, cool. He said, awesome. Thanks. Excellent.
Well, what did you say?
They're also posted in the group I did.
Oh, Steph did a screenshot. They're posted over in the Facebook group that we have going too.
Okay.
If you're a member of the group, they're in there. And since you're just now joining us, we're also taking we've got a poll set up going over in that group.
Thursdays that we're gonna wait on Fridays full till next.
All right, so Thursday is Dark Side. Yes, no.
Yeah. That's fine with me.
Steph put the poll up. I'm trying to figure out which it is. So yes, over in our Facebook group, we have a poll up for Dark Side characters for Rodney and I to draw on Thursday. So go over and vote for your favorites over there. I guess we'll pick the top 2 that get voted on the most. Andre's question is, anyone that's trying to make a living off the inserts is looking to live in a box. There is some money in the APs for some artists. And very true. Yeah, it's just I won't get into the weeds on it, but yeah, it's definitely not a lucrative thing to do. It gets your name out there a little bit, but
yeah,
it's beyond that. It's not a whole lot. All right, Husto has voted for Revan. Awesome.
There we go.
Rodney and I might have to duke it out first to see who we're actually going to pick.
you excel quite well with him. So you've afforded me the opportunity to pick twice, 2 times in a or one, the first 2 times in a row. So I will extend that courtesy to you. You can pick first.
I
Ooh.
appreciate that. So guys, go over there and vote. And is it time? Is it time? All right, be prepared for us to be removed from YouTube.
Well, I don't have to play it. I mean,
Okay, we won't play it. That'll keep us from getting in trouble.
okay. So there's the image that Rock posted. It is a video. There's not much to the video. It's saying that it's coming tomorrow.
Oh, all right. So if anybody hasn't planned on tuning into the DC fandom thing tomorrow, now might be a good incentive to look at that, because now I'm even more jonesed about going to take a look at it.
There.
Oh,
Nice.
that's cool.
And he said The Rock is in the video. And he said the hierarchy of power in the DC universe is about to change.
Oh,
What's she saying?
she's reading the little blurb under there. It says the hierarchy of power in the DC universe is about to change. Oh, dude, that has so much potential.
Oh my God, yes.
And here's your poll.
Oh, look at that.
Darth Maul, Admiral, Boba Fett, and Boss, and Darth Revan, and Earth Sang.
All right. So there we go, guys. There is the Facebook group. Again, if you guys haven't joined the Facebook group, please go over and check it out. That's where we're going to try to get feedback from everybody watching on what we draw each week for the sketch-off battle. Trying to get audience participation as best we can here. So the name of the group's in there. Husto, yes, fandom is tomorrow. It's 24 hours. I don't know exactly what time it starts. Maybe it starts at midnight tonight. I don't know. I just know it runs the 22nd. Hey, look at that. Aquaman 2 is supposed to be a horror film. I heard rumors that they were going to do a film based on the Trench, and that was supposed to be a horror film. Hearing that Aquaman 2 is supposed to be a horror film, that's news to me.
I did hear that about the Trench.
Yeah, because they were looking at one of the more recent horror directors.
Wasn't Del Toro, was it?
What's that?
Wasn't Del Toro, was it?
No, relatively newer director, if I remember correctly. And it's not coming to mind. But they were looking to do something with that Trench thing, with all those crazy like crab creatures and stuff that were coming up out of that.
Huh.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I guess we'll find out some more tomorrow on that one too.
Speaking of newish directors, what do you think about the news of Olivia Wilde could be directing the Spider-Woman movie?
I am fully on board. I did listen to some YouTube stuff yesterday and today once that announcement came out that she's doing a Marvel property at Sony. She tweeted the little picture of like the little emoji of a spider. And that's all that's been said. That's all that's been 100% confirmed is she's doing a Marvel movie, and it's definitely going to be something in the Spider-Verse.
Huh.
There's a good possibility it will be Spider-Woman. But then it just comes down to, is it going to be like Jessica Drew? Is it going to be Gwen?
Right.
All that kind of stuff. But it was just hilarious to listen to these videos, and they were like, well, yeah, they announced that they're doing Spider-Woman, and it's going to be this, and it's going to be that. And it's like, no, they didn't. They said she's directing a movie, and she posted a picture of a spider. That's it.
That's it. Yeah.
But it was just hilarious how much it had blown up, and all these people were, trying to scoop one another. And it's like, yeah, they're doing this, they're doing that. And like, no, they didn't say any of that.
Yeah. Calm down, Francis.
I am totally excited for it because whatever spider person it happens to be, I mean, everybody's assuming.
Yeah.
And hey, you sexist people, just because she's a woman and she's doing something Spider-Man or Spider-Woman or Spider-Verse related, she could be doing Spider-Ham for all we know.
Yeah.
Andre's got a good guess. Black and Silver. Black Cat, Silver Sable.
Ooh, that would be awesome.
That would be awesome. I know they've been talking about that movie for a number of years, and I think that could be right up her alley based on what I am familiar with of her work. But gotta be honest, I think I want to see either Jessica Drew Spider-Woman or Gwen Spider-Woman.
Yeah.
Before those, but I'm totally.
What about Silk?
Not
popular enough.
I don't see it being popular enough. I do know that the character was introduced in the Tom Holland movies, so
Yeah.
Totally cool with it. I just don't think that would be my first pick.
No, my mind's racing now that you said Silver Sable and Black Cat, because my line of thinking goes to where they're going to be releasing Black Widow, so that's going to be kind of a hot thing. Superhero chick movies, which Spider-Woman, yay! I love Jessica Drew, always have, but man, a Silver Sable Black Cat movie would be nice.
Oh yeah, well, and they do Jessica Drew. Totally work Luke Cage in there.
That's right.
I know it probably wouldn't happen, but that would be totally cool.
Yeah.
All right. So I did miss that they said it's a Spider-Verse related female-led movie. Okay, so I missed that it was supposed to be female-led, but everybody just automatically jumped on that bandwagon and was like, yeah, it's going to be Spider-Woman. Well, there's tons of other stuff it could be.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Black and Silver, totally down for. I think that could be played up really well, playing up the spy thief aspect of it would be cool. And and then same thing with Jessica Drew. Like, I want to say she was like part spy there for a while, wasn't she?
She was.
I know she's got a convoluted background.
Yeah, she had something to do with Hydra. Way back in the 70s, so long ago that I don't remember. That was nice. Blow your trumpet, woman, blow. I think that was Steph blowing her nose.
Yes, it was.
That mic picks up everything.
Tina says that mic picks up everything.
Yeah, it does. It does.
So stick to the SBDs, buddy.
Oh man, I was hoping you guys didn't hear that.
No machine gun clapping off the plastic chairs in your house right now, son.
Pat threw up earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, Andre says Sony doesn't have the rights to Luke. I know, but maybe they could work out something. Marvel doesn't have the rights to Peter Parker, but he gets to show up.
Marvel just needs to buy Sony or Disney.
Yeah, no, that would be awesome if they could get everything back under one roof.
Yep.
The only thing that's still iffy outside of the Spider-Verse is Hulk.
Hulk?
Yeah, apparently Universal still has the rights to standalone movies.
Oh, bullpucky.
Yeah.
Come on.
They supposedly they've worked out some stuff so they can do the She-Hulk Disney Plus series. So let's I guess let's see where that goes. See if maybe we can get some more Hulk.
What did I hear recently? Somebody was talking about that, the She-Hulk movie, and they were talking about that one of the first things they were going to do in that series was to have Jessica disbarred as a lawyer.
Really?
Yeah, but I can't remember what the logic was behind it. So they could do something else with her.
Huh.
I think maybe it was like going to set her on a path of destruction, or so, I don't remember. I don't even remember who it was that was talking about it.
I don't know, but I think like if they did the whole she's a lawyer type thing, I think that could be a lot of fun, if especially if they go with the what am I trying to say? Like go with like the like a little bit of like Law and Order type thing meets there's going to be something comedic in it.
Yeah.
Andre saying Universal lost the rights a while ago.
Oh, good.
Okay. I don't know. I was going by the last couple of interviews they did with Ruffalo when they were doing Endgame, and he said Universal still had the individual movie rights. So news to me. And Husto says, did you see Hasbro Fan Friday event this morning? All Star Wars. I did.
I did not.
So they're doing a bunch of new 3 3/4 inch Star Wars figures. Yeah, they're doing a Rogue One Vader. They're doing a Clone Trooper. And it's a specific type of Clone Trooper. I can't remember what, but he's got one of the blue paint jobs.
Okay.
Hondo Anaka is getting his own figure outside of having to buy the new Millennium Falcon. And then like all the stores are getting these like exclusive like 4-packs. Like there was like a light side pack, and there was a dark side pack, and there was a couple other ones, because there was like one where it was like Luke, Han, Chewie, Leia, and I think maybe one of the droids. And then there was a pack that was like Vader, the Emperor, Darth Maul, and maybe Kylo Ren. I can't remember. There was somebody else in there. I might have missed the Black Series reveal part of it. They're doing 2 new lightsabers. The like the really high end FX lightsabers. Yeah, okay. One was the Emperor, and the other one was shoot, I'm totally blanking on the other one. The Emperors looked really cool. There was 2 of them. I can't remember what the other one was. But yeah, they did like at least an hour stream of all these different figures coming out.
Wow.
But like some of them were like, they started out, they were exclusive to like Walmart, but then they would be available other places in the fall or something like that. Huso says Shock Trooper from Fallen Order with different weapons. That's right. Because it was oh geez, what am I trying to think of? The GameStop like exclusive type figures.
Oh, okay.
Was the Shock Trooper, and then Revan's saber was the other saber, and that's right. It was the first lightsaber that changes color, goes from red to blue.
Ooh.
But it was some pretty cool looking stuff. I had it playing earlier on today when they went live, and then there was a couple places on Twitter that had all the stills and whatnot that they were reposting.
Let's go with a 3. Okay. Okay.
Well, sir, I don't know about you, but I'm kind of hitting that wall. We've actually hit the 2-hour 14 mark here.
Huh. Yeah, that just kind of crept up on us, huh?
Yeah, I just happened to look up as I was like reading off the comments there, and like, oh, geez. Okay. That, and I, like I said, I've kind of hit the wall, and I'm also hit the point where it's like, I'm not sure there's much more I can do on this piece. I think I can actually call this one done finally.
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
Thank you.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Joker's looking killer.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm getting pretty happy with him.
I love the blending you got going on in this collar.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's pretty sharp. I was gonna go with a different another darker purple, but I'm kind of happy with the purple, and the shirt and everything's looking good. So
Yeah, no, it definitely is. The like orange into the lighter orange or almost yellow there. It's slick.
thank you, thank you, thank you. Cool beans. All right then. So I guess we can say the dishes are done, man.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much, everybody that's tuned in and everybody that's gone and voted and threw out all the Star Wars suggestions for us. And Andre, hopefully we at least got some of your sketch cover questions answered. But I'm still willing. If you want to try next week, we can set something up to figure stuff out.
Yeah, that'll be cool. I think you would excel. Your sketch cards are pretty dope, dude. So.
Oh yeah.
Danny D, no, Joker has not found a home yet. He is available for purchase.
There you go. And both of our sketches from earlier tonight are available as well.
Indeed.
There's got Cheetah. Rodney's got Wonder Woman there. Both of these are available. So I think your Joker's claimed there, buddy.
Oh, really? Nice.
Danny says claim. So
sweet. Thank you, dude. I'll finish up his face and his eyes, and I'll throw a background color in there, and we'll call it done.
Cool.
Actually, I'll work on that tomorrow morning. I'll be back at 11 a.m. Eastern with my morning warm up, so I'll save it for then.
Nice.
You guys can pop on and watch me do that.
There we go. There we go.
Excellent. All right. Sweet. This was fun, man. It went so quick.
It did. It did. Like I said, I looked up and I was like, oh shoot, I didn't realize we've been on here that long. So yeah, thank you again, everybody. Yeah, catch Rodney tomorrow morning, like you said, 11 a.m. I will hopefully be back at it Monday. This week was kind of a mess. I don't know any other way to put it. So I didn't get to do it as much because I had to try to catch up with getting some pages done for this Omega Morphosis book that's out there on Webtoons if anybody wants to go check it out. So yeah, hopefully next week I'll be able to stream again in the mornings. We'll see when Monday rolls around, see how much I can get done. But yeah, everybody have a good night, good rest of the weekend. If you're so inclined, go enjoy the DC fandom stuff.
Oh, yeah. And it looks like it starts at noon tomorrow, Eastern time.
Noon tomorrow. All right. So there we go.
All right, brother. Well, you and your lady friend have a good night.
Same to you and your lady friend.
All right, then. And I'm sure we will talk tomorrow.
Yes, definitely.
All right, brother. Have a good one.
Yep, you too.